Each time we introduce a new CBT module, pleasant activities, thoughts, contact with others, we begin each module by introducing a story or a vignette that we refer to Violet and Mary's Days. And what Violet and Mary's Days does for a client is to show how the path that two different individuals take may very well influence their mood in different ways. For example, the first time Violet and Mary are introduced, we have Violet who is not engaging in any pleasant activities during the day, but Mary is engaging in pleasant activities. She is taking a shower, she is talking to a friend on the phone, and then she is going for a walk with one of her friends. So 3 distinct pleasant activities. And Violet and Mary, therefore, can be used as a starting point as a conversation for how engaging in pleasant activities may lead to differences in mood over the course of the day. Violet, by virtue of her not engaging in pleasant activities, is probably staying at the same mood at the start of the day, or perhaps even becoming lower with her mood, whereas Mary, who is engaging in more pleasant activities, is likely to be seeing her mood improve at the end of the day by virtue of her engaging in those pleasant activities. Pleasant activities are defined as things that we enjoy doing, things that can improve our mood. And there are a few important points to remember related to pleasant activities. First is that pleasant activities can chain together or link together. That, again, can be connected to the story of Violet and Mary. With Mary, we saw that she did an initial pleasant activity of taking a shower, which led her to then get out of bed and ultimately get on the phone with a friend. And so this is a very important concept, the idea of pleasant activities chaining together or linking together, because what we want to do is we want to encourage clients to maybe initially start with a small pleasant activity that they can do, which may in turn lead them to engaging in other pleasant activities. We also acknowledge in the curriculum that doing that first pleasant activity can be challenging, particularly for clients who have depressive symptoms. And so we, again, encourage folks to not think too big with the first pleasant activity. That first pleasant activity can be a small pleasant activity, something that can be done in just a couple minutes. But again, the idea is that if you can start by doing a small pleasant activity, that may chain together, that may link together and encourage you to engage in more activities moving forward. Pleasant activities we talk about as things that you might do by yourself. Pleasant activities can also be done in the company of other adults. There are also pleasant activities that you can do with your child or your children. And we also encourage clients to think about doing pleasant activities in all of those areas. Pleasant activities by yourself sometimes gets referred to as self-care activities, things that you enjoy doing for yourself or by yourself. Pleasant activities that you do with other people can also be thought of as things that will be improving your support network, your social support network. And certainly the pleasant activities that you do with your child or your children are important for a number of reasons. First and foremost, it can be a pleasant activity for mom herself, but it also can speak to a pleasant activity that a child might enjoy doing. So, for example, a pleasant activity you might do with your child would be singing in the bathtub or reading before bed. So that could be a pleasant activity for mom, could be a pleasant activity for baby, and importantly, as it relates to some of the core concepts of mothers and babies, it can also be promoting that attachment or interaction between mom and baby. One of the important points that we emphasize with pleasant activities is that pleasant activities can be brief. Pleasant activities can be no cost or low cost. Pleasant activities can also be part of our everyday routine. So as an example, something that is brief would be taking a quick shower, listening to music for a couple minutes, going for a short walk. Something that would be no cost or low cost, reading, singing, listening to music, taking a bath. things that are part of your everyday routine. Again, taking the shower, maybe it is bath time with your baby or reading to your baby. Lots of times we don't think that these brief or low cost or routine activities are pleasurable, but thinking about the connection between these activities and one's mood, you remember that if you are engaging in these types of pleasant activities, it can positively affect your mood. We really do emphasize the idea of doing brief, low-cost, no-cost pleasant activities, because if the only pleasant activities that somebody thinks about are extravagant activities that take a lot of time, a lot of money, they're not likely to engage in them, and as a result, not likely to engage in activities that will positively affect their mood. We also acknowledge that it is challenging to do pleasant activities. We talk early on in the curriculum about different things that are stressful in one's life. One of the things that is often identified by clients is that it's hard to find time to do pleasant activities. There may be a lot of responsibilities that a mothers and babies client has. So one of the things that we also talk about in the pleasant activity module are obstacles to engaging in pleasant activities. And from that conversation around obstacles to engaging in pleasant activities, that leads very naturally into one of the personal projects that we assign clients to do, which is to try to schedule a time to do a pleasant activity between the next couple mothers and babies sessions. As an example, if a client knows that there are 2 hours during the week where another family member, grandma or an aunt, might be coming to the house to look after her 2 or 3 children, that might be the 2-hour window during the week where mom could go and meet a friend, go for a walk, do a pleasant activity. So the idea of identifying pleasant activities is important, but it's also important in the curriculum to get clients to think about, well, when can I actually do the pleasant activity in a way that there are not going to be any obstacles that are involved. We also talk in the curriculum about how pleasant activities can be done by babies as well as mom. And that's an important concept for many moms to hear. It might be more intuitive to think that adults can do pleasant activities, but might be less intuitive to think that babies can actually engage in pleasurable activities themselves. So one of the things we talk about in the curriculum are different types of pleasant activities that babies like to engage in. In our participant manual, we give examples of different types of pleasant activities that babies might like to engage in at different points in their life. Emphasizing the fact that a pleasant activity for a 1-month-old baby might be very different than a pleasant activity for an 11-month-old baby. So that is an important idea, that not only can mom engage in pleasant activities, but mom should also be thinking about trying to engage baby in pleasant activities. And we also, again, emphasize the idea that many of those pleasant activities that baby engages in might be pleasurable for mom and might be promoting that interaction or attachment between mom and baby. The other point that's really important related to this idea of babies engaging in pleasant activities is the idea that mom and other family members can model doing pleasant activities. So if mom is not doing pleasant activities, baby is going to observe that. Baby is going to mimic that. But if mom is engaging in pleasant activities by herself with other people, that is something that over time a baby is going to pick up on and realize that that is the norm, to be engaging in pleasant activities. And so another important concept in the pleasant activities module is making the point that babies learn from imitating, copying us. And so if mom is engaging in pleasant activities, if other individuals in the household are engaging in pleasant activities, then baby is also going to be picking up on those pleasant activities and feeling like that's part of the way that he or she should be living his or her life.